again. We are back with Subsistence episode 3. So the aim for this episode would be to try and build us the veggie patch. Then we also would like to do the wall with a doorway and the door. But as I can remember, when we stopped in the previous episode, there was one of the quest items that was still outstanding, and that's to collect kelp. I think 5 of them, if I remember correctly. So that's also on the checklist. So for now, I'm just running around collecting some fiber here and there, maybe collecting some wood because it's nearing nighttime again, so we'll have to wait the night out, and then in the morning we will then start running around to collect the resources that we require. But as it's cold out there, if you look, you'll see that the screen becomes kind of bluish, and it tells you that you are getting cold and that you need to go to a place where you can actually heat up or get warm, i.e. go to your base and stand by the stove or just in the base. Now if there's no stove or no fire in the base, you will still get cold inside the base, so you do need the campfire or the stove. Now I think later on in the game you can actually craft some heaters, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So yeah, so we're just diving and finding some kelp so that we can at least complete that task that we need to complete. And I think it's the last one. I don't know how you can see your outstanding tasks. I just know that at times when you, I think, look at your inventory or pressing tab, or you want to craft something, you can see it on the left hand side of the screen, everything with some tick boxes of what you've already done, and then in cases of the things that you still need to do, if it's more than one, it'll also tell you how many of these things or these things you already collected. Now this wolf here is camping at my door, so that's not a good idea. I don't like this. I don't like this. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Ooh, yeah. Yep, that's not good. He's got hold of me solidly. Right, so we are back alive, and it's daytime at least. So I died a couple of times trying to get back to the base. This wolf that's camping here outside, he's just a nuisance. So at some point I will either have to extend the base so that I don't get stuck by the doorway, and somehow also just try to chase him away so that I can actually get into the base. Yeah, but for now we have to start running around to gather resources. See, there's the wolf. So when you shoot him and you hit it, it actually runs away. So you see there, I'm stuck again. Yeah, that's not it's not a good thing. If that wolf was chasing me, I would have been dead again. So we really have to make a plan here so that we don't get stuck. Yeah. Otherwise I'm gonna die a few times. So let's just see if I have enough resources to actually build a foundation. Yeah, so we need a few of those. Then we can at least put the foundation up in front of the door so that we have a better approach into the base so that we don't get stuck. I might later on change that again. We'll just see how it goes. Yeah, it all depends. I'm still not entirely sure at this point if I'm gonna continue living here. I honestly cannot say that I'm going to. We'll just have to see how it goes. Further on, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, so we're running around getting these fibers and looking for these boxes. Yeah, good. Quite a number of nails on that one. Can't get to that crop tree because there's a friend of us, a wolf, so we'll find a different way. So crop trees so that we can keep on fishing. We almost out of logs also, so crafting some logs, looking for fibers, looking for the medical herbs. Yes, all around resources that we're looking for. I'd also try to see if I can make an antidote so that I can get rid of the infection, so we can go back to full health and full stamina. At the moment we are just not able to because of the infection. We need to be cured of that in order for us to go back to full health and stamina. Yeah, running resources in during the night. Now, I believe it's because it's May. I am not sure. At the moment, nighttime is you have to be in your base, or you have to have enough clothes that will, that'll keep you warm when you're outside. Yeah. So, but at the moment, I don't have that. So, best place for now is for us to just wait it out in the base during the night, keep the base warm, keep the stove going or the fireplace going. Yeah, at least I did not get stuck so badly now. So I believe I might have enough resources now to craft the foundation. So we're crafting the foundation. We're going to place that down so that we can have better access and not get stuck. Yeah, so the light doesn't use a lot of electricity or a lot of power. luckily for us. Yeah, so as I said, we're gonna see if we can do the veggie patch. Then at least we can start planting some of the some vegetables that we can start growing them, and that'll help us also. Yep, and the floor is done, and you can see there our visitor is back. I can actually see him. Yeah, but now at least we won't get stuck when we try to enter the base, because of that foundation that we put down. So we'll just need to get through the night. Normally through the night, what I normally do when I do have a light outside, I would normally try and fish during the night, just to keep myself busy and occupied during the night, because at the moment there is not much that I can do during the night other than maybe do some crafting here and there, and just keep the stove going, yeah, and keep myself warm. So that's basically what I do at the moment. Later on, obviously, when it's not so cold during the night, or when it's when it's summer or daytime, then at least we can go out and go and do a run for resources and so forth. The bad thing about that, though, is that the light that you get, you can't really see very far with it, but you still, like, if you look at the left of the tree, you can see there's some kind of animal. Now I believe that might be a wolf. So when we do run at night, we would be able to potentially see those animals. We just won't be able to run all the time. We might also miss a lot of the fiber plants. We might miss a lot of these boxes or these crates because we would not be able to see them. But yes, we would be able to obviously get a lot of logs, and potentially also a lot of these grubs to help so that we can do some fishing and make some fishing baits. Yeah, so the game is quite good for us so far. We've been collecting already quite a number of these crates already. Yeah, so during my runs, collecting wood and these herbs and plants and so forth, and fiber, yeah, I picked up quite a few crates. I'm happy that we also our nails are also now starting to get a little bit better. So yeah, the more we have of these things, the better it's going to be for us. We already have, if I look correctly, about 24 plus the little bit that's the inventory for now. So yeah, what I try to do is, as I said, I'm trying to get those crabs. There's one in the storage crate already, and there's a few in a couple in my inventory. I'm going to transfer. Every time what I try to do is to actually come back, especially when I collected a few crates, to come and put the crates, to put the items that I got in the crate into the storage crate, so that should I die, that there's not a chance that I could lose those items. which would be sad, because if you don't get to your where you died in time, yeah, then your body completely, yeah, it just despawns and everything in it, so you won't be able to get your stuff back. You, as far as I know, you get all your resources back when you die. I am not completely sure, and I'm almost think that, yeah, because we had a pistol at some point in the beginning of the game, and now I just don't have it, and I'm pretty sure that I did die a couple of, I definitely did die a couple of times in this game because of that wolf that was camping in front of my door, and yeah, I just completely ran out of time to get to my body, and therefore I really, in this episode, off camera, I died a couple of times trying to get back to the base, because every time when I respawned, it was miles and miles away from my body, and then also, yeah, it was just too close to nighttime, so yeah, I died, during the nighttime. Yeah, I just couldn't make it. I died a couple of times. Yeah, so busy fishing. We can eat the fish, or you can extract oil. But at the moment, we are hungry, so we're gonna definitely eat the fish. We're not gonna extract the oil. Maybe later when we're looking to make the antidote, then we will have to fish, and instead of eating the fish, we will have to extract the oil from the fish. But as I said, for now, it's just for us to eat. We are currently, I think we're okay-ish. We'll just have to see how it looks like. But yeah, there's bigger fish than the fish that we're currently catching here. Yeah, these ones are very small, and you can only eat them or extract oil from them. You do get bigger fish where you can actually fillet the fish, and when you fillet the fish, you also get oil out of the fish. Yeah, and as we get better with this profile, yeah, we'll definitely extend the base, and we will start crafting fridges and power generators, like what do you call them? We're gonna do some wind turbines, and then there's also solar panels. I don't know which is the best, so we will just have to see when we get to that point what's going to work best for us, or what is best. You have a basic one of those, and then you can upgrade them. I can't remember how many times. Again, as I said, when we get to that, we will see how many times we can actually upgrade them. Now, I also, off camera and another profile, started a new game in hardcore mode, just to try and see if I can survive at least for the first day. Yeah, so maybe if I can get the hang of the hardcore mode, I might just start another series where we actually play on hardcore mode. Yeah, just to see how that goes. So we've done fishing, putting the fishing rod away, make sure that our fireplace has got enough fuel in it, i.e. Logs, so that we can go out and run around, finding crates, finding fiber, finding medical herbs and crabs, obviously, so that we can just continue doing what we're doing, so that we can fish and yeah, stay alive. Yeah, the one thing that I would like the developers to add in the game is actually for you to see what time it is in the day. If they don't want to do it from the beginning, which kind of makes sense, but as you grow and get better and craft some stuff, maybe you can craft yourself something like a watch or something, so that yeah, so that you can see what time it is. Because at the moment there's not really, you can't really see what time it is unless you look where the sun is, but then you need to know where the sun comes up, where the sun goes down. Yeah, yeah, maybe that's the idea that I have, is for us to keep an eye on the sun to see what time of the day it is. Yeah, so we keep on getting these plates, which is really a good thing. We also logs, of which we really need. We need a lot of these. Hopefully we can get a lot of crates also, and a lot of nails, because to extend the base we do need these logs to make planks and all the stuff that we need, and obviously we need nails, and yeah, we also need these fiber plants to make cordage. So yeah, to tie everything together, tie some of the stuff together, because some of the stuff that we craft would definitely require cordage. Yeah, so yeah, we will, these chickens and bunnies or rabbits, we will at some point start hunting them again, but at the moment that is not really our priority. For now it is trying to get crates, trying to get enough logs, trying to get enough fiber, trying to get enough of these medical herbs, so that we can stock up with those things, and when we do start to extend or craft new things, that we will have enough resources to do so, and hopefully not dying, because yeah, we've died a couple of times already in the game. So yeah, we would like to die way less, and the better we get and the more when we get some, because later on our clothes, we can really get some good clothes that gives us good armor, and it gives us a better chance against these wolves. And now there's another wild animal like a mountain lion kind of thing. So they are also very aggressive, but they are only, if you look at those snow mountains there on the left, then yeah, the mountains there right in front of us, yeah, that's where they live. They live in those mountains, and yeah, so they are also a predator, and if you get close to them, they will also hunt you down and will kill you. Now, I haven't, even in my other profiles, killed one of them, so I don't know what you get from them. Maybe if there's somebody out there watching, yeah, you can potentially tell us what type of resources you get from them. Now, there's also some caves I've noticed in the game. When you go on your map, you'll see it looks like a cave-like icon on your map. At some point, when I remember, I'll show you guys how it looks like, and yeah, then you guys can also see. Yeah, so as I was saying, we will show you guys at some point, if I remember, how those caves look like. I've never been down one of them, so again, that's something that we will explore later in the game and see what they hold. So there's obviously things that we would or might have to craft in order for us to get down into the caves. I have no idea how deep they are. I have no idea what you get in them, and I also have no idea what we require to actually get down in them, because it looks like they are in the lakes. So yeah, we definitely would have something that'll keep us alive for long enough under the water while we exploring the caves. Yeah, and then we will see what we need when we want to. But yeah, that's still a long way away. Yeah, so we're back to fishing because it's hungry times and it's night time, so night arrived again, so we are back to doing the normal old thing, and that's fishing. Yeah, and there's also some kind of an eagle. I already spoke about that, and I referred to them in an earlier episode. When you do fishing and you pull your fish in or you reel it in, they will actually come and they will take it. So what happened to me off camera while I was busy fishing here, I saw one of those eagles circling in the air, and I immediately reeled in because I knew that should I catch a fish now, I am going to lose the fish, and obviously also the bait that goes with it. So I just reeled in, and yeah, when it left, I just cast again to catch the fish. So yeah, busy cooking fish. As you can see, our protein is very low, so we do need these little fish. Yeah, at the moment we only caught these small ones. I can't wait to show you guys how the big ones look like. I once in one of my profiles caught a big fish where we got 4 fillets out of the fish and I think 5 oils. Then you also get some smaller fish where you get 2 fillets out, and I probably about two or so oils out of it, which is not bad. Now the oil, yeah, as we know already, when we want to do the antidote, we need those oils that's coming from the fish, and these sort of smaller, shorter bottles of oil, we actually need that oil also when we built us a small power generator. It makes use of this oil to actually run, so you have to refill the generator with that. So that's something that we will also do on one of the episodes in the near future. We will also in the near future looking at maybe doing one or more power storage unit. There's also mass storage units, so we might have to build a couple of them just to up our power availability that we have, because some of the items like a fridge requires 1200 power, and just one storage power storage unit just don't have enough, so you need at least to run your fridge, we need at least 2 of those, but for the beginning, for right now, we will probably just be happy with 1 of each. Yeah, that'll come in later episodes. At the moment, as I said, we are focusing on getting the veggie patch, so we can start growing some vegetables. Now let's see, so this, when you hit the wolf, it's gonna start come for you, and we're just running to the base. I want to see if they've got some livers so that we can making ourselves antidote. Now, as you can see, he's not going into the base. As soon as you're entering the base, he turns around and he runs away. It takes 3 arrows to kill it. So that's the next one will kill the wolf. Hopefully he's got some liver for us. That would be great. Yep, we got him. Let's see what he has. If he doesn't, well, not a crunch smash, at least we get some useful protein, and sometimes you get leather, and yeah, I wanted to say you always get fat from them, so we can render that, and from rendering that fat we getting oil, and as I said, that's the oil that we use in the generator. So yeah, just collecting all these fibers while I see them. And there's another box. We were actually quite lucky in this episode. We picked up a number of boxes in this episode, which is yeah, seems like our luck in the game is starting to change, for a change. So yeah, maybe the game gods will be good to us. Yeah, we need to wash our hands. Now I don't know, because we are already infected, um, if you get infected again, like drinking bad water or not washing your hands, um, if you can get infected twice, and what effect it will have on your health bar and on your stamina bar. That's something that we can potentially look at some later stage. But for now, we just want to survive. We just want to um, get rid of the infection. So yeah, we've got a few things going on, making sure there's enough wood or logs on the stove. Yep, and we're doing some the fat. Yeah, we are almost full on protein. So when we get to the point where we have a fridge, then we can start collecting kelp and put kelp in the fridges, and we can put the meat in the fridges. As I said in the earlier episode already, I am just not sure how long the meat and the kelp and those type of things last in the fridges. Yeah, another box. We are really, really very lucky. Yeah, we definitely got good number of crates in this episode. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I wouldn't say no. Here's another one. So yeah. Yeah, and as I run around, you guys might even see that I'm missing a couple of them, and shouting, "Yeah, you missed one when you ran there and there." So yeah, that's entirely possible. Yeah. So we need these chickens because we need some feathers to make some arrows at the moment, because we do not have any firearms. That's potentially something that we might look at very soon, to try and make some firearms. But I think maybe we might also want to look at crafting ourselves some clothes, so that we can survive the winter, and that we can, at least when it's winter, that we can still go out and gather some resources, because at the moment, with only sort of a half broken pants, we will not survive in winter outside, and then it means that we will have to sit in our base during the whole winter, and maybe just run around the base, getting some logs from these trees and hoping for the best, that we do get enough fiber, and that we can survive, and that we will get enough grubs, so that we can keep on making our bait for the fishing. But then again, in winter this whole lake freezes over, so catching something would be pretty difficult. So one can potentially make a hole in the ice and see if you, but then how do you cast in there? I've never tried it. I don't know if it's at all possible. If you can fish, yeah, again, it's one of those things that when we get to that we can explore, and that we will find the answers for. So yeah, another crate. That's really not bad. So the idea later on is, if I decide to stay here, I might just where the base currently is, or where the first sort of starter bit is, extend the base into the water, and then there's some metal, and there's another crate. Man, this game is good to us today. Yeah, so what I was saying is extend. There's another crate. Man, this is good. Yeah, so to extend the base and then kind of build a bridge running from this side of the lake, from the base right to the other side, because then I don't have to swim to get to the other side. Then I can make use of the bridge to get to the other side. Now I also don't know if it would be able for me to build a second base. I don't really see the need for it, but yeah, we will again, when we are stronger and when the profile has been around for a while, we will then see if we really require another base. I think I spoke about the animal traps, how to use them. I believe, and I saw on the server that I play, that those guys actually have some looks like chicken coops. So I'm pretty sure we can craft that later on. But then again, that's as we've not been there. I don't know how it works. Obviously, because you do have those animals, how do we keep them alive? They obviously, like us, would probably also require water and food to actually survive. I do know that from what I have been told, that when you do have those chicken in the chicken coops, that the chickens start laying eggs. So that would also be a very good source of protein, potentially also for vegetable or carbs. So yeah, that's something that we're not there yet. We will get there. This is what this series is all about, and that's to get to the point where we are in a place where we can survive easily, where we can take on all these animals, that we can kill them, because every single animal in the game, no matter which one it is, have some kind of resource that we need in order for us to craft something. So every animal in the game has a purpose, and those are the things that we will explore together, and that we will find out together. Now I don't know with those animal traps if you can catch things like the pigs that's running around, and then there's also looks like deer that's running around. I doubt. I haven't seen any of those on the server that I play, where the guys are way ahead of me with regards to development. Yeah, I haven't seen any, so I doubt that there will be something like that. Now again, it is night time. We just crafted some stuff and tried to get us during the night. Yeah, so so we are actually crafting our plant bed. So now we can put that down and we can start planting some vegetables, cotton, yeah, whatever we require. So now we just need to find a space for it, a place where we can actually put the thing down. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not happy with it. There it won't fit because it will kind of go into the storage crate. Yeah, so I guess for now that might be the best place for it. That's just to put it down there, and we can always pick it up later on as the base grows. Then we can actually take it and pick it up and put it where we want it to be. Now you can upgrade these things also where at the moment we have to give them water and we have to give them fertilizer. Now I believe even if you do upgrade them, we would still need to give them the fertilizer, but you can hook up a sprayer system so that you don't need to water them. But yeah, there's a couple of things that one requires to do that. Now I think one of the things that you require would be some kind of a water tank. So just also, I don't know if I said that already. So when you want to fill up your water bottle, now it could be in your toolbar at the bottom, or it could be in your inventory. You click on the water bottle and then you press the E key on your keyboard, but just make sure that you don't press it twice, because if you press it twice you're gonna consume that contaminated water, and if you are not poisoned, then you will be. Right, so let's try another wolf and see if this one actually will give us some livers so that we can make our antidote. So we're gonna lure him closer to the base and then try and finish him off, because he's definitely up. He's going to chase us now. Now we just make our way to the base while he's chasing us. And again, we're going to use 3 arrows to get rid of him, and hopefully he has some yeah, he has liver for us so that we can make our antidote. Yeah, that was a hit. And yeah, we are safe. One more and then he would be history. Now it only requires 3 arrows, and with a pistol, if you shoot the wolf at the right place, it also takes, I think, about 3 pistol ammos. Yes, we actually got 2 livers out of it. That's good. Okay, so now we've got the liver. We do have some medical herbs. That's what we also need. But we need 3. There's 2 types of antidotes that we can make. There's a thinner one. Now we need 3 of those. So this is where we need some fish oil. And we do not have that, so I went and I caught some fish so that we can At this time we're not going to eat them, we just going to extract the oil because we require the oil to make those that antidotes, those thin ones. We actually need 3 of them to make the one that we require, the basic one, so that we can get ourselves healed. We also need some kelp, so we will have to dive for kelp as well. So yeah, so we'll keep on, so we'll have to be very quickly because I don't want the livers to get rotten, because yeah, then we have to go and look for another wolf. So we'll keep on having to catch some fish until we've got enough oil to craft enough of those thin ones, and then we will have to start diving to find I think it's 5 kelps, so that we can make that basic antidote. So yeah, let's see if we can find some of the kelps. Yeah, we're quite lucky, 2 of them together. Yeah, I think we still need one. No, this is I ran out of thread. I think we still need one of those thin medical things. I can't now remember what they're called. We will later see. If I'm not mistaken, I think we still need one of those to make this another. No. So how many kelps do we have now? I think we have 4, if I'm not mistaken. So we still need 1, if I am not wrong. Here's 2 of them. So there's 1, we're going to pick that one up, and then we're going to pick that one up, and then we surely have enough to make the basic antidote. But yeah, I think we still need one of those thin ones. But yeah, I might have already crafted those. So I know, I think in the storage tank there's 2 of them. So we'll see. Oh, there's a crate on top of the roof. How lucky are we? Wow, look at that. That's not lucky. And some cotton seeds. Now let's see. Yeah, we only have 3 of those, and there we do it. There we drop the basic antidote. We're going to put the liver in the stove, cook it, eat it, so that because our protein is absolutely finished. And the antidote is completely now, yeah. And we are cured. Well guys, this is the end of the video. This is what we wanted to achieve for today. We have our veggie patch, we have our door. Thanks for watching. Love and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.